Welcome everyone. It is 6 p.m. in Indian Standard Time, and maybe you are from different time zones, so you are in different parts of the day. All of us have gathered together today to the first day of the two-day webinar in honor of our beloved Professor Kenichi Morita, whom we have lost recently on July 19th, 2025. So like every other member of CA fraternity, we are also shocked and devastated by the news. And of course, it is an irreplaceable loss for the CA community. And CA community will be forever in debt to Kenichi for his lifelong contributions in reversibility and computationally reversible machines, especially for the invention and remarkable developments on the partition cellular automata. And as his own book says, reversible world of cellular automata and the fantastic phenomena and computing in artificial reversible universe. So our program for today and tomorrow, our plan is to join together, collectively paying tribute to this great personality, recall his contributions, his teaching, his talks, and remember him, learn more about his persona and the experiences from his students and colleagues, and pay our collective homage to Kenichi by celebrating his life and his lifelong contributions. So every one of you are welcome to say a few words. Whenever you feel like you want to say something, please raise hands and we'll be allowing you to talk. And although it is some schedule is there, like we'll be calling some people whom we have given slot. It's not like that. It will be fixed. Anyone can talk. Just if you have something to share about him, something to remember about him, please feel free to join and tell us. So I'd like to call Sukanta sir then. To start with his experiences.
Thank you, Kamalika. Yeah. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
No.
Yes.
Really, today we have gathered here with heavy heart. Professor Kenichi Morita is no more with us. From this platform, Cellular and this platform, we have organized webinar series, lecture series. We also organized ASCAT and several workshops also. I recall in all the cases, almost all the cases, Professor Morita was with us. In most of the program, he was our speaker. Even the last webinar we organized in last year in honor of Fedkin. In that also he gave a talk. And this is really painful to recall that today we are organizing this event without him. We have failed to contact. I have come to know this sad news from a personal communication by Katsunobo Imai. In my ear, I wrote an email regarding a project, and then a reply informed that Kenichi is no more with us. And it was on 6th August. It is really very painful to us, especially to me. I recall I met him only a few times, but I don't know what was in his personality that I was so attracted. I recall I met him in first in Osaka. In personally, I met him first in Osaka and Automata 2014. It's organized, by other colleagues. But somehow I feel that he was some central figure and so attractive. And When I have came to know, I have come to know this news. It was very heartbreaking. On 6th August, it happened, and unfortunately, I lost my father 2 days after, on 8th August. And I lost my father due to again for cancer. He was suffering. My father was suffering cancer, a rare type of lung cancer. So in these days was were really very hard for me. I was struggling to come back in normal life. I would say that my father's loss as well as Kenichi's loss, I considered my personal loss. And from that day, I was thinking that we are thinking that to take some, do something in honor of our beloved uh, Kenichi. I was thinking that, I was looking just today, I was looking our email communication. I saw that my last email with Kenichi was on May 28th. I was regularly asking how he's, and almost every time he was saying that I am better now. Almost every time. And he wrote that, okay, I am better now on May 28th. And he was expecting that this time, after May 28th, he was planning to go for the second phase of his treatment. We know that he was suffering from a very rare type of cancer due to his a tumor in nose. And he was saying that he was hoping that this time the effect will be less. Treatment's effect will be less. 2025 or ASCAT 2025, when we were organizing, we approached him to act as general co-chair because from the very beginning he was very involved with the Cellular India community as well as ASCAT. And at the time he informed, the first time we come to know that he's suffering some health issue. And just today I got emotional when I was reading his biggest mails. I say that March 2022, just a few months back, March 22, he wrote by his own that please don't consider myself as a PC member of ASCAT 2026. Maybe he was thinking that something wrong is going with him. So I got emotional when I was reading his mail. That maybe at the time we didn't think about ASCAT 2026. We just, we know that it will take place, but no any plan was there. But at the time he informed that, okay, don't include me. So this message, when I was reading, I got again emotional. So, and one more meeting I can recall in Osaka when I was traveling. That's the second time in Japan, and in many cases I was traveling, taking food and many things. I thought I met him, for few minutes alone, and he gave me so personal tips, so that I can recall. Even when I met him in Morocco, maybe in Acre, then he told me the names of my students who were working on Cellular Automata, but they were not very famous at the time. They didn't have much publication. Then I realized how much passion he's having with Cellular Automata, how much passion he's having with the new generation who want to do research on Cellular Automata. Maybe these are the few things which has which emotional. Which made me emotional. Regarding him, regarding his work, his main work is reversibility and computability. But our work in India is, I also worked on reversibility, but it's a little different because we mainly work on finite lattice size and sometimes in asynchronous Cellular Automata. And one thing I never asked him, although, that how he judge our works, how we think about our works, but about his approach to reversibility, and sometimes in our approach in reversibility, sometimes there are some differences. I recall in one book which was presented in his 70th birthday. In that book, myself, one of my student, and Nazim wrote an article on asynchronism and reversibility. That approach was a little bit different than his approach. But at the time, after publication of article, he emailed me and he said, after congratulating me, he emailed that he liked this work, etc., etc. So these are few personal moments I can recall. As a whole, I understand that this loss is a my personal loss. I consider my like this, as well as it is a loss to the whole community. I hope today we'll all, and today and tomorrow, we'll all recall his contributions. We'll share our memories, and I sincerely hope in coming days, his work of his style of research will continue. His dream, his thought about reversible computation, will take shape and will do research in his direction. With these few words, and to conclude, thank you all. Thank you,
Thank
Malik.
you, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing your memories. Yes, Kenichi's passed away is almost personal loss for many of us, I think. Even though many of us didn't had personal interactions with him, but he was such a person that everyone who has talked to him or had any interaction as such, they will feel connected to him. That was his personality. So maybe can I once more time let us try to hear some part of his teaching that he has given us. Maybe Shubroto, can you try to play some part of his talk for us?
Yes, I will.
Let's try one more time. Hope technical issue will not be there.
Only if its local function is injective. Therefore, by this query, we can obtain a
This was
reversible
the first talk he
PCA
gave us
by this.
on the first webinar, the fifth webinar in the first webinar series. That was the first talk he gave us in 2020. Yes, Shubroto.
Designing its local function is injective. Therefore, such framework of a PCA helps us to design reversible cellular automata. Next, I define elementary TPCA, ETPCA in short. It is a simple subclass of TPCA, triangular partitioned cellular automata. ETPCA is defined as a TPCA that satisfies the following two conditions. The first one is each part has only two states, 0 and 1. Therefore, each cell has 8 states in total. Okay. And second, its local function is rotation symmetric. It means that if there exists a rule like this, then rotated ones by a
His talk
multiple
was
of
always
60
very,
degrees.
very step by step. He will be explaining everything so that even a naive person, even a new scholar, new student who is trying to learn cellular automata, they can also learn. They can also follow his talk and understand what he is going to do. And at the end, he will be building up something which no one can expect from the first slides. Something which will be completely mesmerizing us. That was the essence of Kenichi's talks. Maybe Shubroto, can you go to some part of his
also
simulation?
exist. This is an example of an ETPCA. Number 0347. In ETPCA, the local function of it can be described by only 4 local transition rules because it satisfies rotation symmetry. An ETPCA is specified by a 4-digit number W, X, Y, Z, where that.
Okay.
Tejiro, would you like to share your thoughts now?
Yeah, yes. Not long memories, but I will talk about Professor Morita and the communication between Professor Morita and I. So I first heard the news from Katsunobo's email that Professor Morita Kenichi had passed away in August or so. So I was very sad and also very surprised. So because I believed he was still active and writing many papers on Cellular Automata. So Morita sensei, Kenichi, I remember, was always calm and kind, but always full of innovative ideas on Cellular Automata. And as long as I remember, we had only one joint paper together, only one joint paper, possibly at 208, about 17 years ago, at the ACRI conference held in Japan. In that paper, we have presented the swarm network. This is an extension of Cellular Automata into continuous space. And in order to prepare this paper, we have discussed regularly for more than 1 year or 2 years. Maybe Ferdinand remembers. So he always came to Kobe, where Ferdinand worked from Hiroshima. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 hours by train. So we are always discuss about the model of some network. So I remember how he gave many suggestions to help us establish the formal definitions of some network. So even though it was only one paper, that we are able to create a new models from this storm network. So for me, that paper was quite important, and I feel now very proud that I had the chance to work with him. And we are always also strongly influenced by his other work. In our group, we often need our models to be Turing complete. So for this purpose, we use so-called rotary element and toggle switch element that he embedded. In that case, in that sense, his ideas had a big impact on our work. So also, the personal communication between I and Kenichi and I are not so fluent, but I am deeply grateful For what I learned from Kenichi, and I will continue to carry his influence in my work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tejiro, for sharing your memories. Anyone want to ask Tejiro any questions? I would like to know how was he as a person? I have never met him personally, so I'm interested to know. He was always serious, or he also had sometimes he also smiled with you or talked about something apart from works, or how was he as a person? Do you have any memories of him other than work?
I have I have not so many memories, but he was always calm or silent or and so and I have not many words from his personal life. Sorry for not for
It's okay.
many information.
So, as we see in the book Reversibility and Universality that was prepared on or presented on Kenichi's 70th birthday, maybe I can share that. I'll try to share my screen once. Screen. Okay. So this book, if you see here, this image, this is the pages of first paper authored by Kenichi that was obviously written in Japanese. And in his own words, he was interested in building some electronic devices from his teenage years. Here, there is a snapshot of his life in this book in the first 4 pages. And it is a very interesting to read about him written by himself. So it looks like he has a sense of humor that is written, that once you read this, you'll find that there is a sense of humor in the way he is writing about himself. And it is very nice to know, actually.